We read in Genesis 32 and 22 about Jacob and wrestling with the angel of God. In the previous verses, we read of Jacob using the words afraid, fear. He was afraid, fearful that Esau, his brother, would come and kill not only his wives, 2 wives, but also the children. And he was very distressed. He had deep distress in his heart. And that night he went across the river Jabbok, and he spent time there in prayer. He pleaded with God. He poured out his whole heart in earnest and desperate prayer because of the fear that was possessing him, the worry, the concern of what might happen. And Jacob, in all his distress and pain, just would not let go of God until he found peace. He would not give up in his earnest, aggressive prayer until he found peace and knew that God was with him. And eventually, as the night wore on, through Jacob's earnest prayer, even when the angel put his hip joint out of socket, the angel said, Jacob said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." And the angel said, "What is your name?" And Jacob said his name. "And you will no longer be called Jacob," said the angel, "but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with humans and have overcome." Basically, Jacob found peace and found mighty deliverance through prayer. And there are times in our lives when we go through really distressing times and our hearts are heavy and we're troubled, and the only way to find relief is to come before God and plead with him, to hold on to him, to hang on for your life until we have peace as regards the thing that's troubling us. And the wonderful thing is, this earnest, aggressive, meaningful prayer with God never fails to give an outcome. And whilst we won't have an angel come and change our name, that God will say to you and to me, "You have prevailed with me." We too will have that wonder and joy, really, of knowing that God has heard us and answers, and we have been delivered. And there's lots of different things in our lives that can trouble us. Being single is one thing that the enemy delights to attack a single person about and make you feel so downhearted and troubled. You're carrying a heavy load, and the only way to get rid of that heavy load is to really, really lay hold of God in prayer. And when you do that, and when peace comes, the Lord often will give you a special promise from his word. And if you're feeling really, really downhearted about being single and you got no hope and no assurance of the future, cry to God like Jacob did until the Lord speaks to you through his word and gives you hope and assurance that the thing that you are longing for, whether it's a spouse or some other thing in your life, really will come to pass. And the Lord will answer, and the Lord will bless you, and the Lord will honour you for doing so.